Good morning. Happy new moon in Taurus. This new moon is conjunct Sedna and the Pleiades star cluster, and also I feel Jupiter coming in really strong today since he's moved into Taurus, and I'm loving this Taurus energy. I'm a Taurus moon, Taurus North Node, so it feels really good to me. I wonder if Taurus energy doesn't feel good to anyone. I just don't. I feel like Taurus energy is the earth and nature and everything that's here for us to enjoy. The food, the sensual experiences. I'm just like, how could anybody not love that? Maybe an Aquarius. Maybe they want to be like in space or something. But anyway, I looked up the Sabian symbol for this new moon, and it's two cobblers working at a table that comes from respecting others' ways of being and doing. So I see these two older men working together at this table, and they talk, and they may not have like everything in common, but they sort of just listen to each other and observe the different perspectives each one has. And this is like true sovereignty. The other thing I love about this is like the vision of like putting the soles on the shoes. And it makes me think of like the different shoes we wear throughout our lives. And you know, people are always saying, well, put yourself in someone else's shoes. It's just that. It's like we can't ever know exactly what somebody else's lens is. So there's an invitation here to just open up in that way and not expect everyone to see things the way you see them, and to become curious and to want to learn from other people. And that brings me to Jupiter. So Jupiter in the first degree of Taurus is a clear mountain stream expressing spontaneous authenticity. And I love this because we just had Jupiter move through Aries. So we had all this time to figure out who I am, you know? And now it's, what do I have? What do I have to share? What do I have? Even just the gratitude practice kind of comes up here in a way. I've been noticing that for myself. Like I just wake up in the morning and I think of like, man, I'm so grateful to have this and this and this in my life. And it feels like Jupiter really wants us to enjoy the earth and to enjoy nature. A clear mountain stream, like this is perfect. That mountain stream it's got the secrets of spirit. Everything in nature does. When we look at nature, you're literally seeing creation. Like we are creation, nature is creation, and yes, we create, but you're seeing like divine creation because it all has a divine design and divine proportions. And so Jupiter is like the philosopher, the teacher, and I feel like coming back to this new moon point first, one way we learn is just by being curious, and also by sharing and speaking. You know, Taurus is the throat, so it's about really expressing yourself. You learn just by expressing yourself. You learn from listening to other people's expressions. And the other piece of this Jupiter in Taurus is really learning from nature. Like the messages to go outside have been so loud lately. Like there's so many codes that we're able to access from the earth now. And there's always codes coming in from the sun. And Jupiter just really wants us to learn through experience. And that is, you know, from our past experiences, but also just from being present. And what are you noticing when you're outside? What are you noticing when you're sitting across the table from that other cobbler, you know? So it's this like higher perspective. And the other thing I could see is like people traveling to different beautiful destinations and getting really curious about different natural attractions. What do you call it? Like, just really places that are known for their beauty and where you can really go and be immersed in nature. So I wanted to come back. Oh, before I move on, the themes and the Sabian symbols for the whole Taurus sign, where Jupiter will be moving through until next year, are power, effectiveness, application, awakening, authority, and depth. So these are the lessons that Jupiter is going to be bringing for us. And if you want to know like what part of your life this may affect, you can look at your chart and see which house Taurus is in. For me, it's my first house. So I'm going to continue learning more about myself and stepping into myself more confidently, and also just stepping into my North Node is there as well. So I'm really excited. I feel like Jupiter is going to give me this boost to really go for my passions, and really express myself to my fullest. So that opportunity is on offer for all of us, like anytime. But this feels really nice to have it in Taurus, because the other thing is Taurus is bringing things into form. So it's about really bringing this creativity into form. And we're really, getting this opportunity to tap into divine truth, because Jupiter, that's what Jupiter is all about. So, and it's about sharing our own truth. And when we hear each other's stories, it's the same with myth. When you hear myths around the world, when we share our stories and we listen to each other's stories, there is a golden thread that weaves through all of them that connects us all, and we learn from the different, there's just certain themes within all of these different experiences we have. So another thing I could see with the learning and Jupiter and Taurus is like, going outside and cooking, like going outside and moving, going outside and painting, going outside and just writing from a stream of consciousness, writing poetry, using this earth energy and this Jupiter energy to really tap into what is here that feels like so much more. Okay. So yeah, this is very Jupiterian. I want to go on and on and on about Jupiter, but I'm going to come back to the new moon. So the new moon is conjunct Sedna and the Pleiades star cluster. I actually have a Sedna card in my goddess deck, and you can see it says victim, and her fingers are turning into whales and dolphins. I'm going to read the Sedna story for you here. This is one version of it. There's a lot of different versions, and I highly suggest, there's a video, an interview with Pam Gregory and Jennifer Gell where they go really deep into Sedna, and it's awesome. You guys should check it out. But this book says, the Inuit of North America call their sea goddess Sedna. Sedna was once a beautiful woman who was not satisfied with the many suitors who courted her. Wooed by a seagull with promises of plenty of food and servants, she went to live with the bird people. Instead of the promised conditions, she was forced to live in filth and squalor. When her father came for a visit, she begged him to take her back home with him across the waters. The bird people pursued them, and to save his life, her father threw Sedna overboard. When she tried to climb back into the boat, he cut off her fingers. Sedna's cut fingers transformed into fish and sea mammals. So there's a lot here. I feel that this new moon is giving us an opportunity to move forward, releasing this victim story. And it even made me reflect on the past 3 years and how I think a lot of people have felt victim to the circumstances that have gone down. But there's an invitation here to really look at things from a higher perspective and say, what did I learn? What did I realize about myself? And to look at our circumstances in life where we have felt like the victim and actually sort of invert it and look at like, well, what is it that I actually was gifted from this experience, as awful as it can be. And on a collective level, I really saw like the cutting off of the fingers as our separation from the divine feminine. And I think that I've talked about this before, but we're really healing from that trauma of that, or from that wound of being separated from that divine feminine part of ourselves. And there's a purpose. Like there's always a purpose in whatever happens, you know, there's a divine purpose. So even if it hurts really bad and you feel like it's caused by evil, there's something to be learned at least. So it's amazing that this is conjunct the Pleiades, because Pleiadian energy is all about healing and creativity and playfulness. And that is how we really step into our soul's purpose, is we move forward with that energy of creativity. We're here to create. We're here to enjoy our experience. We came here with a purpose, and we're here to enjoy living that purpose. And it just feels like, I just feel like this energy churning for the earth. Like I really feel that new earth energy rising. And I believe Rudolf Steiner refers to the next phase as new Jupiter. So, you know, it feels like this is the beginning of, I mean, there's always beginnings and endings. I feel like I'm saying this all the time, but you know, we have that opportunity every day to have a new beginning. And I feel like Jupiter is giving us a boost. The other thing with Sedna is she's about to move into Gemini. So like Pam and Jennifer talk about, we may see a lot more people, you know, researching the ocean. We may see a lot more action towards trying to clean up the ocean. And we need to also move forward with these, our ideas of how to save the earth, not from a victim standpoint. Like the earth is not a victim. We need to look at it from, what are the natural processes? How can we work with those processes? The earth is incredibly regenerative. How can we model her regenerative energy rather than, you know, trying to shame everybody for being a scourge on the earth? So anyway, ranting a little bit. But you know, the other thing with Sedna and this divine feminine, Sedna is in the ocean. She's deep. And this is the part that we're healing and rediscovering, is going within, descending, going, you know, just, it's all about that down energy. That is like the deep feminine. And we've been told that that is bad. And so that is what is returning. And just being in this opposite energy of like up and go, 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 and outward and extroverted and very masculine, with this is what has helped us in a way to rediscover the feminine and this new expression that we're going to see on earth. And with that, with this feminine energy being remembered, we're going to be healing the masculine side as well. So, yeah, it's really about stepping out of that, like the anger and the whatever, feel whatever you have to feel, but it's time to move forward. It's time to step out of the old stories and create new stories. Create. So, I think that's about all I had to say about the planets. And I pulled one more card from the goddess deck. I actually drew a card too. And I got Aphrodite, love. So we're going from this to this. It's all about loving ourselves, exuding love. The dove is peace. And it's also like that fiery, like creative energy. So, yeah, I'm digging this new moon. Let me know how you guys are doing. And I'd also love to hear, like, if you're feeling this creative energy, what you've got going on. I am getting more serious about writing my book. I'm really excited about that. And all kinds of other projects, but that's one other thing I'll say about this Jupiter energy. It's good to kind of slow down and focus too, or rest as well. Like, you may have like a million ideas coming to you, but it can be really good to prioritize them and to just know you have time to do them all, but what do you need to focus on first? That has helped me. So rather than having 10 projects going on, maybe I have like 5. So yeah, it's some exciting times. So I hope you guys have a wonderful day and love you.